Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome, mystical souls. Super glad that you are here with me. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate. I practice traditional, evolutionary, and Western astrology. If you are new here, welcome. Hey, Empress Energy. So glad that you are here. I am super excited to be sharing about the new moon that's going to be coming up, Mercury finally stationing direct, Venus moving into a new sign, just all these great things that are going to be happening. So, hopefully, everybody. Only PayPal, no Zelle. Sorry, not no Zelle at the moment. Because on the PayPal we can actually include all the dates and times and information. If you do ahead of time, I'm sure that we could work out the Zelle. So I want to share the chart to tell you a little bit about what's going on. I would love for you guys to join and get in the queue. So let's talk a little bit about what is going on. So starting this week, we're finally going to have Mercury stationing direct. I am super excited about this. I'm ruled by Mercury, and so Mercury it just slows you down. It's full of muck-ups. It's everything that could go wrong. It actually pushes you to slow down, revise, rethink, review all types of communication. As it is finally stationing direct, it is going to be in a harmonious aspect with Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer. And so, that being said, we're going to be having this opportunity where the planet and Chiron are going to be working together. It's going to be in a harmonious aspect with Venus shifting into Libra, and we're also going to have a new moon. I am very excited about this one because not only is this going to be the new moon, this is going to be in the sign of where the eclipse are now going to slip into and share all kinds of great new beginnings with us. Hey, shiny gems, super excited that you are here. All right, so let's talk about this. Mercury stationing direct tomorrow, but we do have the shadow for the next 2 weeks of untangling everything that's been going on in our harmonious aspect with Chiron. And the new moons always bring fresh starts, clean slates, new beginnings, these opportunities to start new things in areas of organization, our health, our healing, our personal well-being. Virgo is, how can I be of service to you, but I have to first get organized and take care of myself. So it's all the little things that build up to make the big difference with this new moon. And then Mercury is going to untangle it because Mercury actually is the ruler of Virgo. So Mercury is now going to station direct, go through Leo, and then back into Virgo. So I'm loving this. The harmonious aspect to Chiron, Mercury in Leo, is I'm able to communicate with bold and expressive energy, and I'm able to speak from my heart. And I'm working to highlight my journey towards healing and self-empowerment because Chiron is the wounded healer in the sign of Aries, which is of the self. And so it's saying, I want you to confront your past so you can heal these wounds through open and honest communication, whether you're speaking to someone else or whether you're communicating with yourself, like saying, I need to acknowledge these things about myself. It's about promoting long-term health, well-being, personal growth, and this could be starting a new health regimen for the next new moon, or uncovering the things that can lead to deep healing, because the energy is really ripe to make these changes. Because after this, we're going to be moving into the first of the eclipses on Virgo and Pisces that will put us into the next series. And so it's focusing on how do you enhance your lives, how do you heal from old wounds, and how can you move towards being more organized, healthier, and an empowered future. I'm really looking forward to this new moon. This will be a time of moving forward after August. August has just been like difficult energy to work with. It's like all the great things that come with it, but there's also the backward motion of the planets saying, I want you to slow down, I want you to pause, and I want you to focus on these things. All right, so to get in the queue, I already have a few people in the queue. So if you would like to get in the queue, use the PayPal there. Other things that I'm going to be offering, I am going to be launching on, it'll be right after the new moon in the sign of Virgo, Patreon. For those of you who want to learn more, have early release of videos, and access to classes and workshops that have already been offered. All right, so let's dive in here. Let me see who is first in the queue. Let me move this over here. All right, so my very favorite person who is first in the queue is going to be Zen. There we go. All right, Zen. So you said that you are planning on moving and some things that are going on. I want to talk a little bit about, before we talk about that, I want to talk about all of this Virgo energy, because you're going to have a new moon here. You're going to have the eclipses here. You're going to have all of this energy being activated in the month of like September. And you're going to have a solar return that is within degrees of the eclipse. And so usually this means that your next year will be like a total eclipse of major events that are changing, major events that are going on. So knowing that you are Scorpio rising, but you've got all this Virgo energy in your 11th house of faith, hope, belief, dreams, goals, going after them, and the sun illuminating, how do I do this? How can I be organized? Sometimes those obsessive compulsive thoughts and these, how do I be organized? And Venus is there, love and money and resources, and Mercury is very content there. Mercury is going to be there right before the eclipse. So let's talk about that. Let me pull up. Let me transition here. And now that you understand just a smidgen of that, I want to pull up where the eclipse is going to take place with, hold on. There we go. There we go. And let me move this over again. All right. So I know that you are asking about you're native to one area and thinking about going back home for graduate school, wondering if it's the right move. I think that it's going to be an eye-opening time for you. This is where I want to draw your attention. And you are going to be having this new moon in your 11th house of, these are my dreams, this is what I want to manifest, these are things that I want to bring to fruition. Your 11th house is your social networking, it's teams, it's your social circles, it's peers, it's community, it's how can I be part of the community, or how can I be part of the collective. At the same time of this new moon, literally right after it, you are going to be having a solar return. A solar return is your birthday, like within 3 days. So you're born on the 15th. The eclipse happens on the 17th. So within degrees here. Now, this usually means that it eclipses people, places, and things in and out of your life. And this will be activating your 11th house of how can I be of service to others? How can I align myself with the universe? And how can I be part of the group, but move forward with what I want? The eclipse is also going to be with the moon in the sign of Pisces. So the sun is saying you are going to be broadening your networks. You're going to be broadening the who you collaborate with, these people. Now, it's starting an 18-month cycle. So what you think that you want to do, I really don't think is going to be the end result. I think that you're going to move forward with some things, but I really think that with this eclipse, you're going to have the moon in your fifth house. The fifth house is about love affairs, children, investments. It's the house of creativity. It's where we take risks, where we experience pleasure and joy and excitement. And so you're going to be finishing an eclipse series with your sixth house and your 12th house of you've done all the work, you've set yourself up for success, and now you're going to be moving that into, I'm ready to be creative. I'm ready for the next chapter. What does that next chapter look like? I think that you're going to look to make some plans, but I don't think that what you plan will be the end result. I mean, you're saying that moving back for graduate school, I think that you can plan a lot of things, but I think what happens in the month of September and October will totally shift your focus. And so you may still move on to this, but it may not be exactly what you planned. It'll have a lot to do with shifting, moving, communication, learning, studying, because, let me back this up, because this is in a harmonious aspect with all of this. It's the third house is it has to do with your relationship with your siblings and your neighbors and things that are happening close to home. Both of these are earth signs. Capricorn, your third house, wants to build a legacy that's built on a solid foundation. Virgo is the one that makes the plan in order to get there. And so having the eclipses in your 5th and 11th house is realigning you with where you're supposed to be moving towards. You are literally moving towards a series of, who do I connect with? How do I connect? What is the right community? And does this bring me joy and pleasure? And then lining it up with, how do I build something that is sustainable for a longer period of time? Because you're going to be having a nodal return in what, 2.5 years. So you're like building up to where you want to go and where you want to be in the end. And so I don't know if the move is going to come right away. I think that it will, this is leading you up for the big move, because when you have a nodal return, yours happens to be in your 4th and 10th house. That usually means a huge career shift, and well, for you, because it's in the 4th and 10th, and it usually means a huge move, like a move in the direction of where I want to be for a longer period of time. So Zen, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I did see that you were in the queue. I love this for you. This is going to be an amazing year of quick, hard and fast change. Whenever you have a birthday on an eclipse, it eclipses the whole year. And so every time you say, oh, I know where I'm going, I know what I'm going to be doing, something big happens. And it's a quick, hard and fast. And it'll be a year of pivoting and needing to make choices that align with your health, with you saying, I need to be focused on what's in my best interest, my mental, my physical, my spiritual, my health, and my well-being. And so Zen, I'm excited for you. I think what you expect and what you're going to get are going to be two totally different things. You do have your South Node in Leo. So just a quick note on that. And your North Node in Aquarius. A South Node in Leo conjunct with Jupiter. We look at the South Node as where things went wrong. And you were somebody that was of royalty or somebody who was of importance, and your voice was heard everywhere. And in this lifetime, how do you speak for the people? This will be using your voice for better in this lifetime, speaking up for others and not just yourself. So Zen, I'm excited for you. I really appreciate you trusting me with your astrology. Thanks. All right, so let me see who is next in the queue. All right. Happy Tuesday to you and everybody that's on here. You are very welcome for all of the videos. Cerulean Sky. Oh, my sound is low. Let me crank it up. Does that sound any better? And Zen, this is exciting. Can't wait to see. You are very welcome. And just having, like, I'm telling you, having an eclipse on your birthday.
It's worse.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Didn't mean to make it worse. Is this better or worse? Better? I don't know which way to make it better. Nope. Okay, is that better? Shiny Gems better now? Okay, great. It was worse, and now I know there's 2 buttons on here, and I should do one at a time, but I was just touching everything all at the same time. All right, Empress Energy, I am so glad it sounds great, and I'm glad it's better. Perfect for right now. Thanks. All right, so let me transition here, and my next person in the queue is Maisha. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting. All right, so Maisha, there we go. I know that you said you asked a question about your work and being a healer, but I want to talk to you about just your chart in general. I don't know how much you know about your chart, but you've got this grand cross going on. I don't know how much you know. So I'm going to point it out to you because, let me use some lines here. Okay, can you see these lines that are all connected? So what happens is it's a cross, it's a square, and it is a cardinal cross or cardinal square because it's in all 4 cardinal signs. And so when anything happens to anything in Cancer and activates your south node, anything happens to you in Cancer and activates your north node, it squares your sun. It squares your Mercury. A square is a tension point that pushes for change. It activates and encourages, makes you uncomfortable, so you have to change. And that's in your 6th house of your day-to-day habits, your day-to-day living. And it will also square Saturn and Pluto in your 12th house. It's the hidden house. It's the house of secrets. It's the house of personal unconscious. It's where we do like any dream work. It's what we do behind the scenes. It can have to do with spiritual retreats or meditation or affliction, hospitalizations, prisons. It's where we are isolated. And so it'll square that house. It will also oppose your south node. So an opposition is I oppose you, something has to give. And so literally every time something happens to Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn, you feel it in all 4 directions. It becomes these big, huge crisis moments for you because the cardinal signs want to initiate. They are pushed into such an uncomfortable state that they finally move. They finally activate. And so, yeah, you either have it really, really well with smooth water, or you have it as in a major life shift or change. I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. Is she Sweetie Pie? I'm trying to figure out, because I don't know your name on here.
She's my sweetie pie.
Oh, it is you, my sweetie pie. Okay, so hopefully all of this is making sense to you. Yeah, your empathy. Okay, and with all those planets, Saturn and Pluto. Look, Pluto is it's a trauma signature, and it's in your 12th house. The 12th house is the hidden house. It's the house of everything behind the scenes. And so truly, you have had to do a lot of work in this lifetime. We call this a skipped step. When anything, okay, here's your north node and here's your south node, and they always oppose each other. Whenever you have a square, and a lot of people don't have them, some people have one square to them, you have two. It's called a skipped step or a misstep. It's you decided before you came into this lifetime that I'm going to move forward with Cancer, feelings, home, mother, intuition, empathy, feeling everybody's feels. And then I'm going to have tension with my sun. My sun, where I shine in the sign of Aries, doesn't always want to do this, doesn't want to always move. And Saturn and Pluto are just sitting there saying, every time this happens, we're triggered with pain. It's whenever the thought or the belief is when there is a square to your nodes, being a skip step or a misstep, you decided in this lifetime that you were going to move on and skip some steps, like move on faster. And so you have so many opportunities to, yes, become a healer. With the your sun in Aries in the 6th house, the 6th house is, how can I be of service to you? The 6th house is my mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being. What comes from this is when you tip it over the edge, it becomes the house of slavery. And so there's always going to be this fine line between how do you care for yourself? How do you care for others? What is my feeling? What is their feelings? Does this belong to me? Does this belong to them? And so when it is smooth and easy, it will be really good. And when it's not, you will go through hard and fast change. Okay, I'm going to remove all of this, and I'm going to look in the queue. Your shadow work and therapy has been helping. I am so glad, because having a stellium of 3 planets in your 12th house, all in retrograde, it means that you are reviewing, rethinking, and you are doing the inner work from past lives and from generational trauma, from like grandparents passed down to parents, passed down to you. Like you really doubled up on it in this lifetime. Learning boundaries. Oh, girlfriend. In the sign of Libra, the eclipses have been activating your 6th and 12th house for the last year. You're not done yet. You still have 6 more months of this. And this has really been pushing you to do the shadow work, to pay attention and figure out who are the hidden enemies. And so are you meant to do healing work? Absolutely. You're going to have to make sure that you get everything for you in line and learn the boundaries, because the eclipses, like the April 8th and the March 25th and the April 8th eclipse, really active, like it was on top of your sun. It was not only on top of your sun, but Mercury was retrograde. It was, how do I heal my wound? How do I go back, not just in this lifetime, but in prior lifetimes? How do I do all this? And so you have been on a learning journey, and it's about to get easier for you as we slip into Pisces and Virgo season. Although Virgo is, how do I take care of myself? And you are going to be aligning your, okay, so let me show you. Let me pull up. Oops. Good Lord. Hold on. There we go. I'm going to use the Virgo new moon, and then I will then we can talk about the eclipses. You are going to be having a new moon in your 11th house. So you wanting to move forward with this is, how do I, number one, new moons, fresh starts, clean slates, new beginning. 11th house is, who do I connect with? How do I connect with these people? How do I nurture and care for myself? Virgo likes to have a plan. They like to be organized. This isn't a harmonious aspect with your south node and your north node. It's saying, if you've done the work in the past year, you are now going to be moving forward and out of a difficult zone and into a, I need to be doing this for like my goals. The 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. Your MC is, what do I need for my career, for my reputation, for my job? What do we need for our 10th house? You need a plan. You need to be organized. You need to have, the 11th house is your social circle. It's a shared community. It's teams and kindred spirits. It's like your star family. It's your community. It's, how can I help support the collective, and what do I get in return? And so with you starting a new moon, sitting within 1 degree of your MC, think long and hard about things that you want to initiate, knowing that the eclipses are going to come hard and fast and going to be activating those 2 areas of your life, of your 5th house of creativity, where you need to take a leap of faith, a risk. It needs to be fun. It needs to be enjoyment. It needs to be pleasurable. The 5th house is the house of children. And so if it's not working with children, it's healing the inner child, not just of yourself, but of others. And so wanting to become one with other people, wanting to have that unity. And so Pisces is a water sign, and it'll be in a harmonious aspect with your north node, and it'll be a test of, how can I blend with others and still keep my own? Like when Brad and Angelina got together, and then they merged their names and they called them Brangelina. It's like they were not their own identity. That's what Pisces will do for you. When the eclipses activate the Virgo and the Pisces, it will be pushing you into a new section of, have I learned balance? Have I learned boundaries? And I need to be, how is the universe going to test me on them? And it'll be repeated lessons, and for your best and highest good, moving you. I'm liking this eclipse series more than the last one. The last year has been difficult for you. Just know that we are going to be, in September, we're going to be starting a new, but not finished with the other for 6 more months. So like they always overlap for 6 months. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right, I'm really speaking to you. You got me. Okay, I greatly appreciate this. All right. I'm so excited for you. All right, thanks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. Okay. Hey, Naomi. Give me a hot second here while I pull up all your information. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for trusting me. I always double check and triple check because I'm ruled by Virgo. I'm ruled by Mercury, and we are still in Mercury retrograde. And I don't like to make mistakes.
I think it's Nomi.
All right, let's see. All right, so no question, which is perfect for me because it allows me to roam around your chart. Let's see here. All right.
No, she has a question.
Oh, there is a question. So sorry. Didn't read it.
In the blue.
In the blue. Oh, You need a new job as soon as possible. When can I finally excel in my career? Let's talk about that. Okay. Well, let's talk about who you are first. Okay, a lot of Aquarius energy. Look, I love Aquarius energy. Aquarius is let your freak flag fly. It means that you can talk and exchange ideas and mix and mingle with anybody and everybody. Not everybody can do that. This is you adjusting who you are with the situation that you're in. And you have a lot of Capricorn energy. So you've got a stellium here in your 9th house of cross-cultural experience, foreign people, places, and things. And your moon is in Libra. So this has been an emotional year for you. Okay. Oh, okay. Now I know. Now I know what I want to say. Okay. Oh, for crying in a bucket. Hold on. Let's talk about you and your year ahead. I'm going to start off with the new moon, and then I want to talk about the eclipses for you. Because, there we go. All right. Is this right? Making sure I have everything right. All right, good. All right.
Just answer.
You did ask for a career question? Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm going to it right now. But I always want to tell you a little bit about yourself so you can say, okay, this is what I should be working towards for my career. All right. So currently we have your north node is in your 12th house and your south node has been your 6th house. This has been a year, the last year of your life, you working on your health, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. How do I find a balance between home and work? You are asking about finding career, finding what you're supposed to be doing, moving towards that. This September, so the first thing that's going to happen is you are going to have a new moon. That will be on September 2nd. Put it to good use. A new moon in your 5th house is new moon's hope, wish, dream, goals in the house of creativity. I want to create this. I want to, the 5th house is your creative self-expression, creative outlets, it's recreation, fun, joy, pleasure. It's in a harmonious aspect to your 1st house of who you are and your identity, you creating the job that you want, you being specific about what you want and where you want to go. What's going to happen is the next eclipse series is going to be moving into Pisces and Virgo. Now, what this means for you is you are going to be having a nodal return. It happens every 18 years. This, your 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. A nodal return is where you look back over the last 18 years, or I would look back first over the last 9 and then look back over the last 18 to say what was happening 9 years ago, what was happening 18 years ago, because you have been off track and now you are aligning with the direction in which you're supposed to be going. It is in your 11th house. The 11th house is the house of your networks, your peers, your connection to other people. With the eclipse series, it will be you getting another job, you getting the job that you want over the next 18 months. And it might be one job that leads into another job, but it will be you connecting the dots with your social circle, with people that it's like I ran into somebody who I spoke to who told me about this job over here. The 11th house is the house of mixing and mingling and networking, and you saying, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to manifest, this is what I want to make happen. And the nodal return is, this is where I'm putting you in the right place at the right time with the right people. Now, the first eclipse will be at the end of September, and then you will be finishing up you'll have 6 more months of the eclipses activating your 6th and 12th house. Look, the 12th house, you having all of this go on here means it's the house of isolation. It's the house of being alone. It's connection to your dreams and your intuition, and dealing with health issues, dealing with trauma, dealing with paying attention to your hopes, paying attention to the messages that you receive through not just dreams, but the Akashic records. It's getting the messages delivered from spirit guides or from ancestors, from dreams, from and connecting it to other people that you are going to be aligned with. Having a nodal return in the 11th house is you will be with the right person at the right time, mixing and mingling, either volunteering or in a kind of a collaboration or a networking. It could be a party or a gathering. The 11th house has to do with where you connect with friendship, humanitarian aid, volunteering, community, where you support the collective or where the collective supports you, and you networking. It's literally the house of networking. And so in order for you to move forward with a job or career, it will be made to happen through networking. It will not be just on your own. It will be on your own with you speaking to somebody, you sharing with somebody, and somebody else getting back with you. I would set my new moon intentions this September 2nd. I'd actually do it in the evening or early on September 3rd about what do you want to create, where do you want to be, what is the job, be specific, is there a location, and then when the eclipses happen on 2 weeks later, there's going to be this full moon, and then 6 months later there'll be a new moon. Pay attention to who you share your thoughts and ideas with. I was having all kinds of computer issues and I didn't understand, and I had reached out for help and I had paid for help and nothing was working. I went to it was some kind of a bridal shower, and I'm sitting around talking to somebody else who was a gamer. It was a co-ed party for, guys and gals were there. And so he was sitting there and he was a gamer and talking about computers, and I told him the problem that I had. Literally, he helped me solve my problem. So it was just synchronicity of the right person at the right time at the right place. And that's what you are looking for. It will not be I'm just going to apply to this job. It will be one person leads you to another, or synchronicity of not just this job, but have you connected with this person? I'm hoping that this makes sense. I know you don't like networking. I know. I see that in here. I totally get it. Okay, let me tell you why I get this. Okay. The South Node is where you have come from. It's easy. Everything is just easier because you're bringing this energy in. The North Node is the direction in which the universe is pushing you to learn. And your North Node is in your 11th house. It is saying, I will make you so uncomfortable that you have to do this. The North Node makes us do things that we wouldn't normally do. I don't like change. And so the North Node will push me to say, for your best and highest good, you have to reach outside of your comfort zone. You have to do this in order to grow. And so that's why I'm giving you the heads up, because there are going to be so many opportunities over the next 18 months for you. It will be in the sign of Pisces is you finding other people that are going to be like-minded. The sign of Pisces is where red and blue in the water become purple together, and you kind of finding a tribe. But you have to get out there, you have to reach out, you have to try to network. And this could be for work or this could be for pleasure, but you definitely need to make this happen. You have this skill set, and it's how do I share it with everybody else? I know you don't like networking. I totally get it. Your north node in the sign of Pisces is you're very intuitive and you feel other people's energy, and sometimes you just don't know how to shake it off. So I'm going to encourage you to carry a black stone or a dark stone with you. Make sure you ground, make sure you center, take a bath afterwards. But you got to get out there and you've got to network, because you're definitely going to be picking up on everybody's energy. Everybody's everything. It's just going to happen. And you've got this. I'm excited for you. Like, this is going to be a growing experience for you. So keep me posted. All right, thanks. All right, let me see who is
Empress energy.
next in the queue.
Empress energy.
Hey, Empress. Okay, love the name. Okay. Make sure I'm double checking everything.
She has a question.
And make sure I get your time right. I would love to ask you how you would interpret my nodal return. Let's talk about that, because that's one of my most favorite things to talk about. Oh, girlfriend, can we just talk about your chart for a hot second? Okay. This is a huge square. Okay. You are going to have a nodal return. And let's talk about this big square that's going to happen with it. And it's a cardinal. It's not a cardinal cross. It's a cross. Okay, so I don't know if you can see these lines here. Okay, so these two oppose themselves, and these two oppose. Your south node in the sign of Virgo. South node, what you've come from. Organized, structured, detailed, can be OCD, like things in a methodical way. Sometimes forget to stop working. But we look at the south node as where things went wrong and where you need to work on them in this lifetime. How can I do better? The south node in your first house means things went wrong because the focus was on you. And in this lifetime, you're going to be focusing on more Pisces energy. Your north node in the sign of Pisces is north node, the direction. Pisces, watery, intuitive, which is very hard for Virgo energy. Pisces doesn't have a plan. Pisces is like this jellyfish that's like in the water, and it just goes wherever it is and just picks up the energy from wherever it is. You are a sun in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is air. It's like a cloud, and whenever it gets feelings or water or emotions, it's like, oh, I don't want that. I need to be analytical. I just need to think about it. I just need to rein and get rid of it, because I need to be able to think clearly. And your sun in Aquarius wants to do that. Your north node in the sign of Pisces is saying, you need to be focused on partnership. You need to be focused on love, contractual relationships, contractual agreements, verbal, nonverbal, all types of agreements, all types of cooperation, open enemies, exes. The seventh house is the plus one, so best friends, significant others, clients, all types of relationships. You are supposed to be learning in this lifetime that. Now, the square, because you have this skip step or misstep, your wound in the sign of Chiron. So at or around the age of 23, there were some things that happened that activated a wound within you that you are working on in this lifetime. And you have Saturn conjunct Uranus. Uranus is your sun's ruler. Saturn likes stability. Jupiter wants to see the bigger picture, and we don't always have to have a plan. And Uranus is think outside the box in the sign of your home, your family, your foundation. And sometimes it means multiple homes, or maybe not a home here, maybe a home there, or I want to travel here, or I want to go here, or open, having the fourth house. This could be if I want to have open concept or larger rooms or larger like property. Now, the opposition between these two, and it's now going to be activated, is going to really push you because as soon as the eclipses, and you're going to start feeling it here in the next couple weeks, as it moves into Pisces and Virgo. Actually, let me pull up the new moon, and I'm going to give you a visual of like what you're going to, hold on here, because you're going to have this new moon in your first house of self, which I absolutely love. Hold on. There we go. Is it right? Yep, it's right. Let me pull this over. All right, so Empress, use this to your benefit, knowing that you are going to have a new moon. You are a Virgo rising. Your ruling planet is Mercury. Every time Mercury stations retrograde, you feel it not only within yourself, but within your career sector. You're going to have the sun and the moon here saying, we need a fresh start. We need a clean slate. We need a new beginning. This is the sun rules over your 12th house. The moon rules over your 11th house. I need to be focused on where I'm going in life. I've done the shadow work. I'm working on it really hard, and I know you're working on it really hard because Mercury, your chart ruler, is in your 12th house. It's going to be moving forward. As it moves forward into your first house, the first house is your personality, your appearance, your health, your vitality, your interests. I would encourage you to say, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to launch something. I'm ready to begin something. I'm ready to step out and I'm a Virgo rising also. I'm going to launch my Patreon because it's a new moon in our first house of self and we're ruled by Mercury. Mercury's going to be there in just another week or so during the eclipses. And then you're going to be having the eclipses, and yours is going to be a nodal return, activating, like literally saying, hold on, let me back this up a little bit. Saying, I need to focus on me and what do I want? Where do I want to go? How can I have a plan? How can I be organized? Oh, and I'm going to have all kinds of people coming into my life. This the seventh house is, and we have Saturn there right now. We have Saturn there right now, and it's going to be on top of your north node. I need to have structure. I need to have boundaries. I'm going to have new friends, new coworkers, new contracts. All these new opportunities are going to come your way for new collaboration. It can bring new love. It can bring partnership. It can also bring about these opportunities to deal with these enemies and exes. Having the sign of Pisces here, you should expect, because you have Saturn and you have Neptune here. Things are blurry. remember that Pisces is water, and you are trying to go with the flow with partnerships, and you don't understand why everybody is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm in the same boat with you. I don't always get it. And it's, oh, I have to let go, let flow. I have to be able to flow with the energy. You are learning to release control of always being organized, always being that one. You are learning to, I have to trust, and I have to, what does my gut say? And I have to move towards merging with people that are like-minded individuals. It's going to be, I love a nodal return. I mean, it happens every, 18 years. So this is going to be a realignment. When I had my nodal return like a couple of years ago, literally, I knew things were ending. Like, you're going to feel an ending of some things, that new beginnings are going to be happening, and you're not going to know exactly what they are. And it's a trepidation, but an excitement. And when it comes in, it is, people are gone, and then they're there. People, like when I say that they will be gone from your life, they will be gone. They will either move away, or the client no longer needs you, or, and it's not all bad. Like, all endings are not bad. A lot of times endings are happy. Like, this could bring partnership to your life. You're having your North Node bring a partner, and this could be best friends or significant others, or bring clients into your life. Like, this is amazing energy that's going to be bringing in and removing completely. And having the nodal return also in your first house brings about a new you, who you are now and who you will be over the next 6 weeks. The first eclipse, you will see it, feel it, not understand it, and it's like you stumble, and then you have to spend the next 6 months getting back up, and then it happens again, and then you have to spend the next 6 months getting back up, and then the last one is just the residual of, I got this. I know my direction. So it's a realignment. A nodal return is a realignment. I absolutely, I'm excited for you. So embrace the changes that come, and the people that leave, they're going to leave, and you're going to have to be okay with that chapter ending and a new chapter of who you are beginning. Having a new moon in your first house, and the south node will be a releasing of who I am in my identity and my self-interests, and in my goals and where I'm now going. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I'm truly excited for you, and it will be intense. It will be amazing, a blessing, intense, and yeah, buckle up. It's going to be great. And no, because remember, you have the square. So not only will this affect you, okay, so in the first and the seventh house, it will also activate your partnership and your career. So this could change where you live and your career with a tense, I have to move now, or I have to do this now. I have to shift now. It'll be a hard and fast. I encourage you to flow with it as much as possible. All right, thanks. All righty, let me see who is next in the queue. All right, hey Roxanne. Didn't know if I could say the name out loud. All right. I really appreciate you waiting and for trusting me with your consultation, because our birth information is sacred. It basically is it's our birth plan of what we plan on doing in this lifetime. Okay. Your question: does my chart and current sky indicate upcoming romantic relationship before the end of the year? Okay, let's talk about that. So let me take a look at what's going on. Big stellium in Sagittarius. You got 2 huge stelliums. Okay. And you're ruled by the moon. Oh, girlfriend. Every time the moon, every 2.5 to 3 days, like you're feeling a shift. All right. Okay. Do you know what the finger of God is? Not the tornado, but a quincunx. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but do you see where this green line and this green line are pointing right here? Like, hold on, let me make it a little bit clear. It's a green. It says, I have to have this and I have to have this in order to manifest this and make this happen. And so these 2 areas of your life are pointing towards your Taurus area of your life, your 11th house, of where you need to initiate some type of a wound, like your wound, your Chiron wound at or around the age of 27, something big that happened. And then this is the apex of something with home and something with your day-to-day living, your day-to-day habits, pushing you towards goals and things like that. All right, so now let me go to partnership. Because knowing that will help you to understand a little bit better. There we go. Hold on, I'm going to look at the new moon. All right. Okay, so you're talking about, you had a question about partnership. You're having a new moon in the 3rd house of communication. That's siblings, neighbors, cousins. It is in a harmonious aspect to your 7th house of partnership, but there's not a lot going on in your 7th house of partnership. What you're supposed to be focused on at this time, I'm going to be honest, I have Pluto in my 1st house, so I'm just going to be honest about what the universe is saying to you. This is your North Node. It's going to be right on top of your MC, and your South Node is, it's in your 4th house. The North Node and the South Node being in your 10th and 4th house, something was activated last September, October that said, Roxanne, you need to be paying attention to your career, your job, your responsibilities, your public life, authority, you being an authority figure, your personal ambition, your goals. Your goals should be for you, where you initiate where you want to go. There was probably some type of a move between the March 25th and the April 8th eclipse that could have brought a new job, a new career, something that aligned with your 10th house, and then also shifted in something with like it usually means a move, or what does my home look like. And so this is in a square to partnership. It's in a square to who you are. There could be a connection with meeting somebody at work, or meeting somebody. Let me look, hold on. Let me clear the board so I can, because your chart ruler is the moon. Wherever the moon goes, it is you. It's your feelings, it's your intuition. Your partnership sector is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is in Pisces, in your 9th house. Foreign people, places, and things. Cross-cultural education, teaching, learning, publishing, legal matters. This new moon is going to be opposite of the Saturn. I would set my new moon intention that I'm going to continue to work on my career and move forward with what I want to do. But can I possibly meet somebody that either through travel or through the 11th house is traveling or teaching or publishing or foreigners or religion, the study of religion, or so it could be meeting somebody, doing an activity that could be like ceremonies or like learning or studying. And so set your new moon intention that you're going to continue to work on your career and your home, but that you would like to find partnership. Okay, let me see. I reach the pinnacle of my career and feel unfulfilled. Oh my gosh. No, you really, oh, okay. You are really not. The pinnacle of your career, the eclipses are going to be moving on. And when they move into the sign of Pisces, you're going to, okay, so you got this new moon. What is it? September, I think it's 17th. You're going to have an eclipse. It's going to be shifting into the sign of Pisces. It will be you connecting with other people that are like-minded of spirit and soul, okay? My mind, my body, my spirit, and I need to travel there. I need to experience it. And that's where you're going to meet somebody who I would consider to be like a soulmate, somebody who connects on a spiritual level with you. Yeah. Okay. It's I love this for you, that I don't pay attention to the moon, because every time you have an eclipse, like when the eclipses, when they move into the sign of Pisces, is a water sign, and this is you saying, I feel like I need to go to this drum festival. I feel like I need to go to this retreat. I feel like I need to go over here. It's following your gut instinct or your intuition, and then finding other people that are like-minded with you. All right. Thanks, Roxanne. All right. Let me see who is in the queue. All right, Christine. Oh, for crying out loud. Sorry. There we go. I appreciate you waiting. And all right. Does this new moon reconnect with a past relationship in a year or more? Serious note, YouTube channel. Okay.
She also put a comment.
Okay. I asked a question, but feel free to advise me. Okay, I got this. All right. New moon, reconnect. I got this. Let's talk about you. All right, Christine. Let's see. Well, let's just talk about your energy. Look, I love Scorpio North Node. And you have two stelliums that are at odds with each other. Who you are at home and who you are learning to grow and change and evolve into are kind of in a like conflicting with each other. In this lifetime, you are, supposed to be working on you. Anytime that we have a planet at 29 degrees, 29 degrees is an anaretic degree. It's a final degree. Think of it as a lifetime or a it's the final exam. Like, have I learned everything? And in this lifetime, you are learning to dig deep, to uncover, to find out all information about all people, to have your North Node in Scorpio and have Pluto there. Pluto in your first house, it's Pluto is a trauma signature. It means you're always changing, growing, and evolving who you are. Jupiter in Scorpio wants to expand, but Scorpio's energy is magnetic. People are either drawn to you or they're repelled. There is no in between. That's just what Scorpio does. Scorpio says, I need to find out who my tribe is or who I can trust in order for me to feel safe and secure. You have your sun in Aquarius. Sun in Aquarius is an air sign. It is, I always say that it's like a cloud, and every time it gets feelings and emotions in it, it rains it out because it wants to be analytical. It wants to get to the basics of everything. Your moon is at 0 degrees. 0 is another anaretic degree. It means you've never done this before. Your moon in Aquarius is, I want to try this. Do I really want to try it? I want to explore this. Do I like, it's that Aquarius energy is think outside the box. It's creative. It is imaginative. It is all of this. And it's in a square with who you are. Okay, let me go back. Yeah. Hold on. There could be a typo with him. Let me double check. So you're saying September 2nd.
It's reversed.
Oh, it is reversed. Foreign country. So sorry. Give me a hot second. Thanks for catching that. Okay, so give me the birth time one more time because I don't have it up. It is
1:20 a.m.
No, I'm sorry. So it's 9/2. Got it. 9/2. February 2nd. I think I'd still have it wrong. Hold on. I need to look in the chat. It says, wait a minute. It says September. So are you, I need like the actual date. September 2nd. September 2nd. Okay.
1992.
September 2nd. Okay. All right. I got that. Okay, let me put it up in a bi-wheel now. Thank you for catching that. And can I see the question one more time? Okay. Hey, half moons. So glad that you're here, and thank you for the kind words. All right, so you asked a question. And it has to do with, reconnecting. Okay. Half moons, I'm sorry, Christine, you are going to have the new moon on top of your moon. I love this for you. All right. So you have this new moon that's going to be occurring in your 4th house, starting a new moon intention, people, places, and things, something that has to do with health. I don't see, like, I know you asked about partnership coming back. Venus is going to be stationed retrograde. She's going to be retrograde. Hold on, I'm going to get you the dates. She's going to be stationed retrograde. You'll start feeling it at the end of January. That'll be the shadow period. And I don't see like partnership like coming back to you, like a reconnecting. There might be like a tap back out, but it's not going to be. And the reason I say that is you're having a Venus return, you're having a solar return. You've got all these things. Having Venus in Libra as a return also, Venus is the goddess of love, and it's she wants to blend people together. She wants to merge people together. And so in the fifth house, it can bring back a love affair. It can bring back, but you're also going to have to look at it and say, have I, because this is where the eclipses were, there was something that happened a year ago. And have I grown? Have they grown? Have I changed? Have I evolved? Usually when the eclipses happen in your 5th and your 11th house, it takes the people and it eclipses them out and it eclipses new people in. This eclipse series, you're not done with it. There's going to be one more, I look at this as there could be somebody else that could be brought back in, or brought in, not brought back in, because the eclipses, usually once they're done, we don't look back. It's not a go back ever again. It's usually a finality or an ending of sorts. And so I look at partnership. I just don't look at the partnership with that person again. You're having a new moon in your 4th house. And so it's looking at what do I want to start with home and family and creating a healthy foundation. I want to make sure that all of this is making sense to you, Christine. Because, and I'm going to keep on going around I want to talk about a few more things. You are having a Saturn return, which is more important. A Saturn return, it happens every 28, 29, 30 years. And so Saturn comes back to the place of which you were born. So it's a third of your life, or a chapter that is over, and then a new chapter begins from it. Saturn takes 29 to 30 years to go around your chart. And so you are looking for healthy boundaries. You are looking to be solid and stable and pick the correct career. Find the right direction in which you are going in the sign of Pisces. Am I aligned correctly? The nodes are going to be shifting into your 10th house, and Saturn is still going to be there. And the south node is going to be shifting into your 4th house. It usually means a huge shift in your career and a move over the next 18 months. Other things that are going on in your chart, you are going to be having a Mars return. When Mars moves into the sign of Cancer in the next few weeks here, when it hits 10 degrees, Mars takes 2 years to cycle around. You are starting, okay, so there's layers of this going on. So I'm going to back up. I know you asked about this person coming back into your life, and the short answer is I don't think that they're going to come back into your life. I think you're going to meet new people. I also think that with this Saturn return, that you are focused on your career, your responsibility, your reputation. The North Node moving into your house of career is going to be aligning you. There could be a definite movement, a definite shift. At the same time, Mars is going to align. This is a 2-year cycle. This is in a harmonious aspect. They're both water signs. I color code everything. So this is a blue with a blue. So you are saying, this is my value. This is my worth. The 2nd house represents people, places, and things of what we need in order to feel secure. Cash, property, resources, skill set, your belongings. You are going to recognize when Mars moves into Cancer in the next couple of weeks, you're going to say, I need to ask for this raise. I know what my worth is. You're going to go through all of your personal assets, like your bills, your everything, and say, I want to pay off this. I want this done. This is my skill set. This is my worth. This is what I value. People also, you will say, I no longer want to be treated like that. This is me standing up for me. It's starting a 2-year cycle, all at the same time of having this new moon in your fourth house. Like, what do you want to start at home? What do you want to do? Is this looking for a new home? Is it movement? Is it an apartment? Like, you have a lot of things that are going to be going on. Yeah, your Saturn return. Because Saturn is currently retrograde, although it's been going on. Like, whenever Saturn goes into the sign of your personal Saturn, you start to feel it. And Saturn struggles in Pisces. My Saturn is also in Pisces. So whenever I speak, I'm not speaking of being negative, but I'm just letting you know, Saturn doesn't like to be in Pisces. Pisces is watery, it's intuitive, it just flows all over the place. And Saturn says, stop. You cannot just give everything away. You can't just like flow over the waterfall. We have to like build a dam for some of these things in your life of what you want to achieve, your personal life, your ambitions, your reputation. And so Saturn is teaching you these things and aligning with Mars. Mars is going to say, I know my worth, I know my value, and standing up for what is yours. So yeah, I'm always thinking about moving away from home, indeed. Okay, I appreciate you. When the eclipses activate, the Pisces and the Virgo, it definitely means over the next 18 months, a huge shift that can bring in sometimes it's like literally the last eclipse that'll make it happen. And for some people, it happens in the beginning. But I would know that moving into September, over the next 18 months, there could come this opportunity for career and for a move that just flow into it. It'll feel like a puzzle piece that just fits. So thanks. Thank you very much for trusting me. All right, let me see. I appreciate you waiting in the queue. All right. Oh, shiny gems. You know, you would think I would know your birth date by heart. Hoping things will feel less stressful. Oh, shiny gems. Let's talk about that. All right. Because we never got caught up from. I'm going to talk about the new moon. So let's start there. Okay. Let's start with some good news. Good news. Mercury is now going to be, starting tomorrow, Mercury is now going to be moving direct. Yay. Mercury moving direct is going to be, I can now set my goals and have a plan and speak my, Mercury in Leo is speak my truth and speak from my heart. Say what's on my mind and my feelings. In your 11th house is your with groups or social circles or networks or it's how you collaborate and who you collaborate with and moving you forward for your career, how you want to be known as. That's number one. The second thing that's going to happen is Venus is going to move into your first house of self. I love Venus in your first house because she's your chart ruler. And Venus is, I feel pretty, I look good, like I feel like I want to, like it's just feeling beautiful. It's feeling desirable and feeling wanting to share that with others. All right. That being said, the new moon. The new moon is going to be in your 12th house. I love a new moon in the 12th house because Mercury is going to be joining it. The moon rules your the sun rules your 11th house. The moon rules your 12th house. So Leo and Cancer. So your new moon in your 12th house is an opportunity for you to say, you know what? I've been through a lot and things are heavy. And what am I willing to let go of? What am I willing to release? A new moon in the 12th house is I feel like I've done my due diligence. I worked through this. It's the 12th house, you know very well, is your subconscious issues. It's in a harmonious aspect with all of your difficult things, like your Pluto and your Saturn and your Scorpio house. And it's, how can I work through this? What else am I willing to, what are you willing to get rid of? Like, do you go through your house and say, why am I holding this? Do I need help in order to get rid of this? What do I need to shed? Think of it as a snake, and in order for the snake to grow, change, and evolve, it has to shed its skin, and it becomes itchy and uncomfortable, and it moves around, and then the skin sheds off, and then it's like a caterpillar coming out of its cocoon. And so having this new moon in your 12th house is really offering you the opportunity to clear your karmic debts, to heal and renew. I know for me, I look at it and say, I'm willing to move on past that as much as I possibly can, to heal and renew, and to say, had this not happened, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be connected to the people that I'm connected to, and to be able to find the positive that comes from it. But a new moon is like a clean slate. It's you saying, yeah, dang, I've been through a lot. And for me to be able to talk openly and freely about it is healing and cathartic. I don't know if you remember in one of the webinars when we were talking, and one of the other gals, she said, yeah, and she openly talked about her trauma, and I said, wow, you have really come full circle, because there were many months that she was ashamed, she was embarrassed. And when we don't talk about things that happen to us, we're keeping the secrets of the people that did it to us. And so there are no secrets. It's out in the open. It's shedding a light. And so this is you saying, yeah, I got this. And I'm going to, and when you share that part of you with people that you trust, they in turn have empathy, and you will have a deeper connection with them. Oh, I don't know what's going on, but like I can like see it. I can see it. I'm going to give you just one more little heads up, shiny gems. The eclipses are going to be moving into your 12th and your 6th house. And so the 12th, you know well, because of all that Scorpio energy, and the 12th house is you getting rid of, dealing, and doing a deep dive, like truly uncovering. You may look back and say, this parent did this because of this. Can I forgive it, or do I just need to move on? Or this sibling did this because of this. Or you may decide to table it. The eclipses are going to bring up things hard and fast, and it's going to bring the need and the desire for healthy boundaries, because they're going to be moving into the sign of Pisces. Remember, Pisces is watery and it's flowy. The great news that I love about all this, remember that Scorpio is water, Pisces is water. And so all of this is it's like the dam bursts, and out with it, all things start to flow. It's kind of like everything starts to make sense. And so, yeah, all the hard work that you've been doing, because I know you have been, this will be the dam releasing. Yeah, the dam releasing, and then making a plan, because Virgo needs to take care of themselves. I have to focus on my mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and I have to have a plan, because otherwise I will be all consumed. and you don't want to be all consumed by anything. Nurture and care for yourself in order for you to share and care for others. Shiny gems, I'm giving you a big fat I heart you. We need to, and I never got the picture with your braces off. So don't think I'm going to let you off with that one.
This is for a friend of hers.
All right, so let's see. All right, Scrimpleton, I like it. All right.
This is Shiny Gem's friend, I believe.
All right, so let's. Okay, so, oh my goodness, no questions. Yay, lets me roam around. And pregnant due in January. Oh my gosh, super excited about that. Okay, so let's take a little look. Let's take a looky-loo at Scrimpleton. Okay. An Aquarius baby. I got an Aquarius kid. They give you your run for your money. Okay. Let's talk. Scrimpleton. Oh, you're going to have a nodal return. Right? Yeah. Okay. So you're a sun in Aries. I love it. And stellium. So, and the eclipses have been really pushing you to focus on who you are, and your second house revolves around your finances, your resources. So over the last year, and like last October, there have been huge changes to your identity, your money, your resources, where your money's invested, like all of those topics. Okay. Other things that I see, look, I love, you have two 29s. Anaretic, 29 and 0 are anaretic degrees. 29s are final exam, like lifetime, like let's get it right. So your Chiron is at 29 degrees of Libra, which was really hit hard starting last fall. So something happened at around the age of 29. Not only were you having this wound being activated, but it was also your Saturn return. Life hit you hard, and you either had to decide to make a change, grow up. So usually at about that time, there's a marriage, there's a divorce, there's a huge life shift, life change. You also have Neptune at 29 degrees, and it's moving direct. So it's, I want to move forward, and dreams, and making sure that Neptune in the sign of Capricorn is, I need to make sure that the goal that I pick in this lifetime is the right one, and that I climb the right mountain. And how do I do that? Okay, so let's talk about this new moon and what's going to be going on with you. And now I love this for you because, let me tell you why. Like, you're going to love it too. All right. I know that you said that you were pregnant. And so just because someone is pregnant doesn't mean that, like, I don't know what kind of a relationship or partnership you're in. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know what your, you are Scrimpleton. Oh, okay. Okay, half moons. Okay, so you're catching up to what's being said. Okay. Oh, you're in a season of change. Okay, great. Okay, so now I have the two names together. Okay, so let's talk about this. You are going to be having a new moon, which I absolutely love. So first things first, Mercury is now going to be stationing direct. It's going to be moving forward tomorrow. Yay. It's going to be your day-to-day habits, like making sure that you're taking care of your health, mental health, physical health, finding a counselor, finding a guide, making sure that you're getting enough rest, all of those things. Mercury is now going to sort some things out. Venus is also going to be moving into the sign of Libra. Venus is the goddess of love and money, and she wants to bring things together. And in the sign of Libra is the eighth house is the house of shared resources. You combined with other people, you putting your resources together with other people in order to better them. It can be taxes, debt, obligations, inheritances, the occult. The eighth house is the house of deep bonding. I want to be connected with you. I want to be bonded with you. It's in a conjunction, or going to be in a conjunction with the transiting south node. I need to pay off these bills. I need to make sure that we are together and on the same page as this. These are like things that are going on in your head. Now, having this new moon is a fresh start, clean slate, new beginning with partnership, clients. Sorry, that was just me moving my foot. Partnership. The seventh house is you with somebody else. Love, contractual agreements, marriage, open enemies, and exes. I need to have a plan with social contracts or negotiation or trust or connection with others. I need to have a new plan for how I handle my business, how I handle my relationships, how I handle legal matters. The seventh house is the +1 house. So this can be clients or it can be business partners. It'll be the first thing that happens before the eclipses. Okay, now we're going to talk about the eclipses. The eclipses are going to be activating your first house of who you are and your identity, totally changing who you are. Now that can come with the motherhood. Absolutely. I'm sure that that's part of it. It will also come in the form of partnership. Having the eclipses activate your first and your seventh brings a new appearance, a new identity, a new desires, new habits, new interests. The first will be this September 17th. The second will be 6 months later. And so like you're just starting this 18-month cycle. Virgo is organized, structured, detailed. I have to have a plan. And the plan also needs to include self-care. You having your rising sign of Pisces, you're ruled by the planet of Neptune. Pisces is very watery. They have a hard time sticking with like one person because they're Pisces. They're like all over, and they want to blend. And think of it as seaweed or the jellyfish that's in the water. You're trying to navigate what does it look like and where is the ocean sending you. And the eclipse is moving into your first and seventh house. You're going to have a nodal opposition. A nodal opposition is when these two oppose each other. So your north node is in the seventh house of partnership. You are to learn what partnership looks like, what partnership is. That could include clients or healthy friendships, business partners, or life partners. A nodal opposition is, I always explain it as you and I are in a car and you're driving, and I say, hey, Scrimpleton, what's going on in the last 9 years of your life? And you start to turn around and look back, and I'm like, no, just tell me what's going on that you want to move into the front. And you say, well, I did this, and this, or I like this person, or this is my career, this is my job. These are things that I like. And I'm like, let's move them to the front. But what do we want to, do you want to move it all the way to the front, or do you want to move it into the back seat? Do you want to leave it in the trunk? And what do you want to leave behind you? What do you want to leave in the past? I had a client who was in rehab for many years, and they were having a nodal opposition. And I said, look, nodal opposition is going to bring people, places, and things back to your vision. and you're going to have to make a decision. Do you want to go back there or not? They had old partners, old drug dealers, old, like their past that was them came back, and they had to make a choice multiple times. It's not just a one-shot deal, multiple times of, is this where I want to move forward? Is this what I want to do? It's a crossroads of sorts, and it's you looking back at your past and saying, I was in a relationship with that person. That person was a client. I had a contract with that person. I used to be this person. Who do I want to be? And so moving forward, what does this look like for you? You're going to be reevaluating all types of you and partnership in your life of how do I move forward, and in what how does that look like? In like, do we remain friends and go our separate ways? Like, what does it look like? And what you are starting at the end of September, you will finish in 18 months. And so it will be 18 months of you saying, do I look back at my past? And I'm going to say no. Leave it in the rearview mirror. Focus on your future. Put what you want into the forefront. Drive towards it. This is your destiny, and leave the past in the past. So let's see. Okay. Okay, it's all clicking. I'm so glad. Oh, Shiny Gems led you to me. I love her. I love her. Shiny Gems, I'm sending you out a big fat heart. All right. So thank you, Scrumpleton. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, and congratulations. Okay, so with the baby coming in January is just going to be, okay, one hot second, January. Mars is going to be retrograde. So knowing that Mars is going to be retrograde, Mars wants to cut people, places, and things in and out of our life. So just have a heads up. Don't be afraid. All right, see ya. All right, let's see. Who is next in the queue? Okay. Got it. June. All right. You're currently undergoing a new course of study with the intention of ultimately starting your own business. Good for you. I'm curious if there are any indications in my chart that you can be successful. Let's talk about this, Selene. Let's talk about this. All right. Oh. All right. This is a lot of Capricorn energy. So Capricorn energy is, I need to pick a mountain, and I need to, Capricorn goes with, think about the goat trying to get to the top of the mountain. Less air, less food, less everything. And if it's snowing, you just put your head down and you keep going. You have 5 planets in Capricorn dealing with 12th house topics. The 12th house is the hidden house. It's what you do behind the scenes. I also have my sun in my 12th house, so I don't know what your business is, but doing things behind the scenes, like for me, behind the camera or through a Zoom, or things that can be done and do well over time, where it's not always like in person. Does that make sense? All right, so let me see about what's going on with you and the new moon. And Uranus is your chart ruler, and Uranus is going to shift in June of next year. Okay, hold on. I want to talk about that too. All right. So, new business. Okay. So, starting tomorrow, Mercury, your ruling planet, is now going to be moving forward. It's going to be really good for you to any problems that you were having with contracts, negotiations, clients, consultations, any of those things. It's now going to start to unravel, and you'll be able to line it up correctly, like move forward with it. You also have Venus. Venus is going to be moving at the same day into your ninth house. Venus wants to bring people, places, and things together. She blends, she merges things. And so Venus is about love and money and resources in your ninth house. The ninth house is cross-cultural education and experiences, foreign people, places, and things. And so this could be taking a class, taking a workshop, selling something, products far and wide. The ninth house represents imports, exports, having a dream and making money with it. Let me back this up. You are going to have a new moon on September 2nd. The new moon is going to be in your 8th house. I always plan for where my new moons are going to be in the house that they're going to be in order to use them to the best of my ability. The new moon is going to be in your 8th house. The 8th house is you with your investments, your shared resources, you with a partner, you with somebody else. The 8th house is it could be with a business partner, a significant other. It could be family. Like, let's say that there's family property, family resources. The 8th house is where we pay off debt, we invest in money, we have obligations, taxes, inheritances, wills. It's also personal sacrifice, retirement. It's the house of deep psychological. It is the house of birth, death, and rebirth and transformation. Having a new moon here, the sun rules over your 7th house of partnership. So I don't know if you are investing or partnering up with somebody. The moon rules over your 6th house of your day-to-day habits, your mental, physical, spiritual health, and well-being. I bring all of this up because you're starting something new that you're going to put the new moon intentions out. I'd put them out like the late on September 2nd, early on September 3rd, because you want the moon to be growing. You don't want it to be completely dark. You want to plant the seeds in order to grow over time. If I were you, I would say, I want these investments to grow over time. Who can I partner with? Where can I put my money? Where can I put my resources if you're using it for business? If not, then the 8th house can be, I want to work through my deep connections with other people. The 8th house is the house of taboo topics. We need to be able to have this conversation. It's put everything on the table and making a plan in order to do that. The eclipses are going to move into your 2nd and 8th house. The eclipses are currently in my 2nd and 8th, so I can tell you all about everything that's gone on. It's paying off debt. It's where are you making investments? I have the money is gone. I'm shifting towards this. I need to pivot to this. It's diversifying everything. It's not just having one stream in order for things to move forward with. Having the eclipses in your 2nd house revolves around your money, your finances, your self-worth, your cash, your property. You saying, this is what I value. This is my skill set. Because it's in a harmonious aspect with your career. This is you saying, I'm going to set the price for some things. This is what this is of value. I don't know what your business is. And so you saying, I have to have the right people. The money has to be invested. Know that all types for the next 18 months, money is going to be a topic of conversation at your dinner table. It's just like, I'm ready for it to be over. and you're going to be just starting it. Literally, it's starting something new, thinking you understood everything, making an investment towards it, and then saying, oh, I missed something. I now have to backpedal. Because it's ruled by Mercury, it's contracts, it's negotiations, it's it's writing things, it's email, phone, text. Pisces is watery, and so things can flow out and they can also flow back. And knowing this, it's I have it and then it's gone. And saying where it's going, I need to direct the water. I just don't want the water to flow out. I need to be able to direct it and funnel it into the correct places. And you being in charge of your money and your finances, and like literally funneling the money or funneling the resources in the right direction. I love this for you because, okay, I do want to talk for just a hot second. Your chart ruler is Uranus. Okay, so it stays in a sign multiple years, and so it has caused a lot of disruption or chaos in order for you to shift homes or your personal life, your foundation. It's going to be here until next summer. Jupiter is in your 5th house. Jupiter stays in a sign for a year. You are gearing up for a Jupiter return. Know that Jupiter is in your house of creativity. I want to create this. I want to give birth to this. I want to start this. I want to begin this. Wherever Jupiter is, it expands things. And so whatever you're creating, this is absolutely fantastic. Starting next summer, I don't know the exact date. I have to look at my notes. You are going to have a Jupiter return. And that means it's a 12-year cycle of you starting something and manifesting it over a longer period of time. So know that it's one cycle on top of another, and you are starting it this September 2nd. So good luck with that. Like, you've got this. I'm excited for you. All right, thanks. Thanks, Celine. All right, let me see who is next in the queue. All right, you are very, very welcome. Oh, I'm so glad that you found me. You're an old beginner. There's no young at heart. And I'm so glad you love listening and learning a little bit and finding yourself. I am glad. I'm excited for you. So I'm a teacher first. I always believe in, I want to show the charts because I want everybody to understand. Like, don't just hear it, but learn from it. All right, let's.
This is Hombre. Is his name. And his time is 7:15 a.m.
Got that, Sam. Alrighty. All right. I hope it's Mahombre. I hope that I'm saying it right. All right. Well, my profession as a hairstylist. Oh, I love that. Provide the abundance that you seek. Or can my spiritual path, oh, you're into tarot and everything, take over? I feel the shifts and the inner calling happening. Just a little heads up. This whole Pisces energy, everybody will be merging towards a higher calling. All right, so let's take a look. Okay. So, oh, you're a lot of Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising too, but you're a lot of Virgo. Shiny Gems, the next class is not lined up yet, but you are going to be excited that I'm going to be offering a Patreon. I'm launching it at the new moon. I'm excited about that. Okay, Mazombre. Okay, let's. I'm gonna pull up because there's a lot going on here, and I want to unpack this with you. You're going to have a new moon in your first house of self. And on top of all of that, you're having a birthday, a solar return. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love this. Okay, so let's talk about this just for a second. First off, you're Virgo rising, so you're ruled by Mercury. You should always follow wherever Mercury is at in your chart. Like whenever it stations retrograde, you personally will feel it within you, your first house of self and your identity, like making the wrong phone call, emails, and with your career, your job, your like your 10th house, your public life, authority. Now you have this new moon. This new moon is an opportunity for you to plant the seeds of something new and magical, amazing happening, and it's on top of your solar return, your birthday. On top of all of this, I want to talk about this. Jupiter is in your 10th house of career, your responsibility, your job, your profession. Jupiter is bringing abundance with people seeing you. You have so many things going on all at the same time here. You're having a nodal return. You have Jupiter at the top of your chart, and this is allowing your career path to take off, your public reputation, personal ambition, and like there's a lot of ands. Mercury tomorrow is going to start to move forward. Things are going to clear up. When Mercury moves into your first house and you have this new moon on September 2nd, it's I want to start something new. I want to launch something new. I want to begin something new. I'm ready to embrace. I'm ready to begin. Having Jupiter and Mars at the top of your chart is you. It only comes there every 12 years. So this is allowing everybody to see you, whatever you want to do. You have Gemini at the top of your chart. I do too. Gemini is 2. Why do you limit yourself and say, I'm going to do hair or I'm going to do tarot? I've always done 2 jobs, 2 careers, 2 jobs, 2 everything. You can juggle. You're Virgo rising. You're ruled by Mercury. You can definitely do 2. Jupiter is offering you this abundance, this opportunity to explore both of these avenues. Jupiter is the expansive energy of, I don't know what the end looks like, but I have faith, hope, and belief in that I'm going to get there. This new moon is saying you need to set these intentions because big things are happening. I want you to think back to last September and October. You had the eclipses occur in your 2nd house and your 8th house. And so for us, that means huge shifts and changes to your income, your skill set, your money, your resources, your the 8th house is the house of deep psychological birth, death, and rebirth and transformation. And so you are realigning and have been realigning since last fall. Like there were big trigger events that happened. And then March 25th, huge things happened within your finances, your skill set, your money, your property, your values, your goals, your income, your possessions, big changes. And it could have been you saying, I need to spread out my bills here. I need to go through and say, what do I value? Like, what's most important to me? What can I get rid of? What debt can I get rid of? And then having the North Node in your 8th house is, I need to look to diversify some things. I need to not be afraid to have these topics brought out into the open. I need to talk about debt, obligations, bankruptcy, losses, personal sacrifices, transformation, wills, anything that you share with other people. And those things can be your business partner, your significant other. It can be family members. It can also be exes because with alimony or child support, or where you are still connected with them. And so you are having, and it started last fall, a realignment of focusing in on healing from the inside. People have, they will see the better you that comes from it, but A nodal return in the 8th house means that you've done a lot of deep dives into, I want to understand, why was this happening to me? I want to explore this. Like, what was the reason? The South Node in Libra is, I need to find balance, and I've given away everything. And like, if you believe in past lives, that's where you're coming from. I overshare. I did not have balance. And the North Node in Aries is, I have to look out for me first. I have to initiate. I have to go there. And so I say do both. I say do both, because in Virgo, you can absolutely do two things. You have Gemini. Gemini is always two people, places, things, jobs, careers. Just follow Mercury, because every time it stations retrograde, it will be your career, your first house of self, and whatever house it's in. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. All right. Thank you. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you for being here. Let's see. All right.
This time is 2 p.m. 2 p.m.
Oh, okay. So,
There's a question.
yep. Let me get your date. 6/27. Long Beach, got it. Okay, the Long Beach, LA, hold on. There, I got it. Thanks, Zach. All right, so will I ever get on? Oh. Will you ever? I totally get this. Okay. Let's take a look at you. So, you're a Libra rising. The eclipses have been activating, like, I want you to think back last fall. Oh, you have a beautiful Earth trine. You have a kite. Okay, I want to go back. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to read the question. So sorry. Will I ever get out of my own way? Okay, got it. Okay. I'm sorry. I do want to tell you about getting out of your own way, but I want to tell you about some positives and some things that you have going for you. Okay. That you need to work with the energy. Okay. This is called a trine. Okay. And this means that all three of these areas of your life are working together. Your 12th house, that's the house of fears. The 8th house, the house of secrets and resources combined with other people, and your home. And I want you to notice this. On top of a trine, this is called a kite. A kite is pointing you in the direction with all of these positive things of what you're supposed to be doing, the direction in which you're supposed to be going. And so when you say, get out of your own way, you can't help what you are doing. You are working on this. You have, oops, sorry, let me get my circle again. You have your South Node and your North Node at 0 degrees. It's an anaretic degree. You've never, ever done this before. The South Node in Cancer, we look to the South Node as a past life of where things didn't go well, where they went wrong. And what was the difficulty? Well, the difficulty was in the sign of Cancer, family, home, mother, and yours is in the 10th house. So things were public. things were very, very, like the downfall of was very public. In this lifetime, you're supposed to be working on Capricorn energy. Capricorn is the mountain. You are the billy goat. How do I get to the top of the mountain with less food and it's colder, and like, how do I get there? And it's 0. You've never ever done this. And it's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn says, I have to pick the right path. And what is the right path? And if I get on the wrong path, will I know to get off that path? That's part of your dilemma. This is the base of home, is the base of, and the north and the south node is you don't want to repeat things again. You will know when you are repeating things again. It will feel like, I've already done this. I've done this once. I've done this twice. Like, how do I pick the right mountain? And you're supposed to be focused on your career, your job, your responsibility, you being in the outside world. As a sun in Cancer, they're intuitive. They usually have memories that go way back, and they are nurturing and they're feeling. And so you're pulling from the past. You're bringing that in with you, and you're saying, now how do I build a home? How do I build, like, and you're using all of this kite, saying, focus on my career, focus on my job, focus on my responsibilities, and make sure that I'm picking the right path. Knowing all of this, let me talk about where we're going to go next. Like, there's so many beautiful qualities to work with. There we go. So you're having a new moon, and it's going to be in your 12th house. The 12th house is the personal unconscious. It's the shadow house. It's the house of dreams and intuition and psychic ability. It's also the house of karmic debt. It's the house of healing and renewing. It's the house of, how do I clear the basement in order to take the deep journey, in order to absolve myself and move forward. And like, the 12th house is the private inner world, and it's going to be right on top of your Jupiter. The 12th house is also the house of the broken record, where we have to stop ourselves. It's self-sabotage. My new moon that I would suggest for you would be, look at where you have self-sabotage and say, I no longer want to do that. I'm going to, number one, absolve myself from all guilt, and I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to renew, because the moon rules over your career. The sun rules over your dreams, your goals, your hopes, your wishes. You have these eclipses that have been activating your partnership, and you saying, the North Node in Aries of, I have to be my own best advocate. I have to initiate partnership. I have to initiate love. I have to initiate navigating best friends, significant others, clients. Like, you have to navigate it. And with it, okay, this is where where I'm going to tie it all in. This is in a square. Oops, crud. Let me go back on that one. It's in a square, and squares are tension points. The universe is going to make you so uncomfortable that you will push for change. You have to be your own best advocate. It's like you're stuck in a well and you're waiting for somebody else to throw you the rope, when you have to be the one that rescues yourself. You have to be the one to say, I'm in charge of where I'm going. I'm in charge of my own destiny. I'm going to pick the right mountain. I will decide how long I stay, how long I go. I will decide what my home looks like. I will decide what partnership looks like. I'm going to make those decisions. Is it going to be easy? No. It's a square. This is a square, which is a tension point. But remember, it's pointing you in the right direction. You have so many, your gut instinct. You are very intuitive. Anybody who has their sun in Cancer is water. It's I feel your energy. And sometimes it's draining and exhausting. And yours is bringing past lives back into this life to repeat it so you can do better and move past it. And the North Node in Aries is saying, do it. Like, take the bull by the horns. Take it. Own it. Move forward. And this new moon in the 12th house is going to be an opportunity for you to say, this affliction, somebody else may have put this upon me, but I'm going to release the chains that bind me. I mean, I look at stuff that's gone on in my, like we all have, I got stuff in the 12th house, and I have to look at it and say, that was me when I was younger. That was me when I was a child. I have healed, I've grown, and I need to move on from it. And I need to stop with the self-harm, the self-sabotage. I need to release myself. I need to evolve, change, and grow. I need to not work from a space of fear. And that's hard because as a Libra, you're a people pleaser. You want everybody to be happy. And oftentimes it's at your expense. Libra risings have a hard time with the word no. And you're learning that. And so I hope that you find it with this next new moon and with this next eclipse series. Zach, I'm sending out a big fat heart and a hug to you. So thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being here. Alrighty. All right. Oh my God, okay. I thought I got rid of everything. It always scares me when I touch a button on here and remember, Mercury is retrograde. All right, let's see. Hi, Priska. Thank you for waiting in the queue. All right, question, relationship, marriage, prospect, coming year. I absolutely love that. Let's take a little looky-loo at what's going on with you. All right. So you're a Leo rising, North Node in Cancer, Sun at 29 degrees. Just going to talk for a hot second about your Sun at 29 degrees and Jupiter at 29. Okay, now I really want to look around. And Pluto at 29. Okay, I promise I'm going to get to the relationship conversation, but I want to remind you that 29 is an anaretic degree. It means in this lifetime, your sun, who you are, in Sagittarius, bigger, brighter, better, magnificent, energy, 5th house, fun, children, joy, creativity, one drink too many, like that's you learning how to harness and bring that energy in this lifetime. And then your chart ruler, Jupiter, in your 4th house of Scorpio, wanting lots of privacy at home, needing lots of privacy, secrets, because you got Saturn there, all kinds of things that have gone on. And Pluto is a trauma signature. So everybody has a Pluto. Just Pluto in Libra is difficult because it's in your 3rd house of younger, when you were younger. But at 29 degrees means you have brought a lot of things in with you in order to grow, change, and evolve from all in one fell swoop. Like I call it like a final exam lifetime. Like I just want to, you're like checking off 3 boxes all at the same time. All right. Let's talk about relationship now. Pull up where this new moon is and the eclipse is. There we go. Oh, I didn't bring it over. Nobody can see it yet. There we go. All right. Okay. Now, your chart ruler. Okay. Know that you're a Leo. And so wherever the sun is you. You're going to have this beautiful new moon starting something new in your second house. Cash, property, resources, skill set, possessions, salary, income, sensual pleasures. I would definitely set my new moon intention that would be coming up because the sun is your chart ruler. The moon rules over your 12th house, and it's merging the energy together of who you are, of what you want to begin. It's in a harmonious aspect for your career. So you like looking over all of your assets, looking over your friends, who do I value, what do I value, like it's really, the second house represents people, places, and things that I need in order to feel secure about who I am. So you're starting this new moon intention. Now, Mercury is going to be stationing direct starting tomorrow, moving through your first house of self, changing your look, changing something about you, desires, interests, what do you want to do, where do you want to go. I would wait for like partnership for your chart ruler to go into the sign of Aquarius. That's when like partnership can come your way or be easier to come your way. Having Aquarius in your 7th house of partnership, what you look for in a partner can be kind of hard to find. Aquarius is, okay, Leo. You are learning to be Leo-like, learning to be, sun and fiery, like your sun is in Sagittarius. You are a lot of fire. And so Aquarius is air. And it is, I always say it's let your freak flag fly. These people, you learn from people who are not like you, who do things differently than you, who, your Mars is there. Let's just talk about that just for a hot second. You initiating the partnership. Aquarius energy is somebody that things are always changing, ever evolving, and you don't always like that. You want to chase something and have the fun and have the pleasure and have the enjoyment that comes from it, because Sagittarius is the goal. It's the archer that shoots for the stars, and it doesn't matter where it lands. It knows that it's going to land somewhere. You have a stellium, and so partnership, somebody who's more air, somebody who's eclectic, somebody who's unique. That is what you are looking for in a partner. Somebody who is willing to try all kinds of things and do new things. That is more difficult for, you will have to initiate. You're going to have to search out that person. When Pluto moves back into Aquarius, when does Pluto move back? Pluto should be moving back into Aquarius soon. It will be in the 7th house, in your 7th house for the next 20 years. When it moves direct and the sun moves into Aquarius, this is you saying, I need to try new things. I need to connect with new people, places, things different from what you normally do in order to find partnership or relationship. Let's see. Just one more thing I want to talk about. Knowing that you're having this new moon here and it's your 2nd house of resources, That's going to be a focal point for the next 18 months, and it will be affecting your moon. You have a moon in Pisces. Moon, where our moon is what we need to be satisfied and enriched in order to feel great, to feel amazing in this lifetime. And your moon is in Pisces. Deep down inside, you desire this intimate connection where you blend with somebody else, that you can share everything with somebody else. The 8th house is the house where I have to be vulnerable, and it's the house of deep bonding. I want someone who I can share everything with and be at one with them. That's what you need. I would set my new moon intention to put that out into the universe. And then with the eclipses coming up that will be activating your 2nd and 8th house, it's like finding a soulmate over the next 18 months of bringing that person into your life and feeling that ultimate connection. I really do. I really think that you're going to, I think you might have to look outside of what you've normally done and explore different options. But with the eclipses, the 8th house is the house of where I need to be vulnerable, and it's the house of shared beliefs, shared resources, shared everything. It is, and in the sign of Pisces, literally, it's like, it's watery. It's you wanting to connect on that deep level and heal, be at one with somebody, like find a soulmate or a twin flame. And I'm thinking over the next 18 months, well, there'll be an activation of it first. Set your new moon intention. When the eclipses happen starting this September, it'll start bringing people, places, and things to you. And the 8th house is the house of secrets and taboo topics. And so it might be like meeting them secretly or meeting them in a place that might not, like other people won't know about yet, or keeping them a secret from other people first, or in a connection that's that way, if that makes sense. All right, Priska, I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you. I absolutely love this for you. Yeah, and it'll be, Virgo is finding a plan, making a plan, taking care of myself, and Pisces is, and wanting to also be at one with the universe, being, it's spiritual, it's intuitive, and just, it's like being in a room and saying, I have to reach out to that person because I feel a connection to them, whether you want to or not, whether you're comfortable with it or not, but just doing it. All right, so Priska, thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for being here. I'm excited for you. Like, this is deep and intuitive for you. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I am going to be, for those people that are interested, I'm going to be launching the Patreon if you want to learn more, know more, study more, and I'm going to be doing private lives on there that'll be open for people that are ready for more. So thank you, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.